Hi, and welcome to Hard to Change podcast. Today, I'm out in the city of Berlin, a city that's embraced a lot of change, to ask the public some questions about change. Come along, let's get to the heart of it. Hi, what's your name?
Eileen.
Eileen, nice to meet you. My name is Holly, so I'm out today for Hard to Change podcast. What change do you think we need to see the most in the world today?
Take care of the environment.
That's a good one. What change would you like to see in the world?
More kindness and love.
That it becomes more peaceful, maybe. That would be lovely.
What are your feelings about change? Is it friend or foe?
Oh, that's a difficult question, actually, because I think change always means learning new things, which can be quite difficult. But my experience actually is that in the end, many things turn out to be better. But often I'm a little bit afraid of change.
Hi, would you like to be on my podcast? It's about change, so I'll just ask you like 2 or 3 questions about change, and I just ask things like, what change would you like to see in the world? I really appreciate it. Hi, can I ask you some questions?
Okay, maybe I'm not the best guy today for that because I'm a little bit hungover. I had my 50th birthday on the weekend. Oh, thank you very much.
Amazing.
There's been a lot of change here. When I went to Berlin like 26 years ago, I went here because I can afford studying here. Everything was really cheap and it was a totally free city. And in the end, I did something totally different because of the opportunities the city gave to me. I didn't think about this before I went here, so Berlin also changed me in this way.
The biggest change I've been through recently was the death of both my parents, which is not very jolly, I'm afraid. And what did I learn from that experience? That I miss them more than I thought I would.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And can I give you a hug?
You can give me a hug.
These people make me want to cry because people are going through a lot of change. You know? And some difficult change. Some don't have positive views on change. Hi. What's one change you'd like to see in the world?
Honestly, I think less rubbish in the seas and less plastics.
What's a recent change that you've had in your life?
Ooh. I suppose I moved house recently, which was a great change. In Ireland, there's a housing crisis, so it's really difficult to find housing, especially of good quality, especially for young people. So I was very lucky that I got that opportunity, and a lot of people don't.
That's great. And what did you learn from that change?
Keep the head down, keep looking. I think that's probably the main thing. Perseverance, yeah.
If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Just one thing?
Right.
That's hard. I don't want to sound cheesy, but I think I would like to end violence. It's a big thing, but I think that would make a better world.
Andy,
yes.
Nice.
Becky.
And Becky, nice to meet you. What's one thing you'd like to change in the world?
That's a very big question.
It is a very big
So I suppose for me, I think a lot of people think that problems are too big and so there's no point them doing anything. Whereas if everybody just did little bits, it will make a big difference. So for me, just everybody doing little bits to make a difference would be a big thing.
We have to change. I think it's inevitable, but we have to look for the positive changes rather than the, negative changes. And I'd just say we need to focus on kindness and, looking out for each other. There's too much of us just worrying about ourselves and the material things we have, rather than thinking about, other people. And I think we definitely need to be doing more of that.
So thank you for helping me. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Okay.
One change worldwide.
Yeah.
World peace. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of scenarios where there's people that are unfortunate and stuff that's going on right now. It's pretty hectic. Just on your screen, you can see people getting murdered daily, which is something you don't grow up thinking you're ever going to witness, but that's where we're at. Like for me at home, there's still a lot of stuff going on with Indigenous Australians. There's still that massive war on. They're so underprivileged. Everyone thinks we give them the world, but we don't really give them anything. And yeah, this year's been pretty crazy to see what's going on elsewhere in the world. That's one thing I'll say.
Yeah. What's one change you'd like to see in the world?
First of all, I would like this kind of thing will be more regulated for the young people. As I am a teacher, I can see a bad influence of the using of smartphone by young people. And because nobody learned to them how to use it in a good way. So it's why we try to get them to in school trip, to meet real people, to see history, culture, to open them to the world. That's the only way changes will be a cure later.
Hi Mark, hi.
Hey Mark, tell me, what change would you like to see in the world?
Oh wow, that's a complicated question. I would like for people to just be nicer to each other and to maybe care more for like their closest peers, and that way I think the world could get better on a like very small scale, but then on a bigger scale too.
So you think like little changes that you do, they affect the greater?
Yeah, absolutely.
Greater good.
Yeah, I think it would, if you're nicer to the people around you, that would like affect a larger group in the end. So yeah.
What's one change you'd like to see in the world?
Like social equality? I don't know, yeah.
I don't know where we're walking. And what's your name?
Kalino and Tavi.
Nice to meet you. What do you guys think is the #1 thing we should change in the world?
Das Klima.
We need to protect the climate more, he said.
What's one change you would like to see in the world?
Mainly that the feminine gets more acknowledged again, the feminine power, and that we come back into a balance globally, worldwide, within each human. I think that's the key for many problems we have.
What do you think about change overall? Is it a friend or a foe?
Both. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it scares us a lot. And we have to go through a lot of struggles with this change. But in the end, it's life, Life. Everything is constantly changing.
It's interesting to see the commonalities. You hear a lot about climate change and sustainability. You hear a lot about love and kindness. We hear that, change is difficult when woman has lost her family members, her parents, and understanding that it's difficult. Change can be very hard, but most people tend to embrace change and adapt to it and appreciate the growth that comes from change.